Hey guys, BetterLuckX Beats here. If you've seen some of my more recent uploads, you could probably tell I'm a little bit of a Hololive fan, or just a VTuber fan in general. Now I'll admit, I dove into this rabbit hole around 2 years ago, which doesn't really seem that long ago, but considering how more recent this VTuber concept is, yeah, I'm not really sure myself either. Though when it comes to these VTubers, I usually discover them in many different ways. Whether it's from memes, or a funny clip that I found, or a funny little animation that I found, or I just happened to stumble around their stream one day and I just happened to like what they're showing. Whether it's from a game that they're playing, or their personality, or design, or whatever. Or it could probably be because of association, like, let's say I already know a previous VTuber and they are collabing with another one, well, there goes another VTuber that I subscribe to in my list. But that's besides the point. The point is, yeah, I've been kind of a fan for a bit. Though, what really makes these VTubers really appealing to a lot of these audiences, or at least to me at least, because I know a lot of people have a lot of different reasons why they would be interested in one thing or the other. To me, it mostly has to do with how they have these characters or personalities, but they still bring in their own personality and their real life mannerisms within this character, which has always been very fascinating and cool to me. Sort of, you know, putting their own spin into this character. And again, I really love that stuff. And those are honestly one of the major reasons why I'm such a huge wrestling fan. Now I know the comparison is pretty much a meme, but to be fair, there are some merits to the comparison when it comes to the character aspect. Everything else though, yeah, completely different, but you get the point. Though I'll admit it's also pretty cool to see that these VTubers also have their own lore and story. And again, that stuff really appeals to me. It might not really appeal to the majority of the viewers that are watching this video, but I actually really like that stuff. Though what really caused me to dive deeper into this rabbit hole? Well, before then, I really only knew like 1 or 2 VTubers, pretty much very surface level stuff. However, it was through the discovery of one specific VTuber that I think got me a little bit more interested in VTubers. And that is Inugami Korone.
Yay! Yubi!
Now, those who are watching that are already fans of Hololive or just VTubers in general, or at least have some sort of general knowledge, you probably know where this is going, since Korone is a lot of people's gateway VTubers. And that mostly has to do with the fact that she does get a lot of exposure, and I like to think that her very bizarre sense of humor does really appeal to a lot of people, including myself. But like, seriously, she's known by a lot of people. Like, I'm talking about like composers, game developers, other content creators that are probably much bigger. Just all of that. It's kind of amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Hell, as of recently, she became the ambassador of the Sonic franchise. So, yeah, she pretty much became pretty big. And she even has a voice role in the Japanese dub of the Sonic 2 movie. Though with all that being said, and putting it all to the side, the main reason why I became a fan of Korone, and why I have such a deep respect for her and many other VTubers, is because of how I first discovered her. and it involves this game right here. That's right, even in another video, I still find a way to bring it all back and talk about Klonoa. But yes, she did indeed streamed Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle. And for those who essentially have any knowledge of the game, you probably know where this is going. However, for those who don't know, honestly, I recommend skipping this part of the video. I don't want you to get spoiled from this game. Like, the remakes just came out for essentially every modern system nowadays. Just pick it up, I highly recommend it, you're not gonna regret it. However, continuing on, I saw her reaction to the ending to the game. Now, I will admit, during this time, I was in a big Klonoa feeling, I guess you could say that. And I was looking for a lot of blind playthroughs of the game, which at the time were a little bit more rare. However, it was thanks to this search that I managed to discover this video. Seeing Korone's raw emotion and reaction to this ending, I'm not gonna lie, it really resonated with me. And, well, okay, yes, Klonoa 2's ending probably resonated with me a lot more and gave me a little bit more of a reaction in comparison to Klonoa 1's ending. Yes, I know, hot take. But that doesn't really change anything. Just the fact that she poured all this emotion, all, like, even saying her interpretation on how she sees the ending. All that really resonated with me. And this wouldn't really be the only time she would do this, as she would do the same in, again, a little bit of a spoiler of this specific game, Gamma's story in Sonic Adventure. More specifically, again, the ending. Now, if I didn't discover Korone via the Klonoa clip, then this is probably how I would have discovered her then. Probably. I'm not entirely sure, but I have a feeling that would have been the case, and just like the Klonoa clip, this also resonates with me. I think that it is absolutely beautiful how she reacted here, especially since the Gamma story has always been a personal highlight to me when it comes to Sonic Adventure. Even if you could argue that it is irrelevant to the main plot of the game, I love Gamma's story, but that's a completely different discussion for another time. And it kinda also shows me that these VTubers are more than these personalities, but they're human in the end of the day, which I know, corny as hell, and obvious as hell. But over the recent years, I feel like people just kind of forget about that. And yeah, in retrospect, this does sound very silly, but I do hold these content creators with a lot of respect. And especially when they talk about more their real life troubles and probably previous turmoils that they had to go through. And in a way, it makes them a lot more compelling and relatable. Now, I know that there is an argument when it comes to things like parasocial relationships and whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not an expert on that kind of scenario, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that made videos about the subject a lot more better than I could ever do. But I don't really see much harm for the most part, as long as you're not a crazed, obsessed fan that essentially is a stalker. I'm just gonna say bluntly, if you're a stalker, please stop. It's very unhealthy, It's not good for the content creators themselves, and I don't just mean VTubers, but just in general. Please stop. But that's besides the point. The point is, I hold deep respect for these people as much as I do many other content creators that I hold a much deep respect for also. And sure, we may not know them personally, but I do think that them trying to entertain the masses like this, I do think is pretty admirable on itself. And with all that being said, I think that's all I got for you for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll admit, I actually did have this video idea for a while now. I just didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. Though I felt like, why not? I feel like it's the much better time to make this kind of video anyways. And, well, I didn't get started to edit this video until, let's say, before the time of Sana's graduation, at least even the announcement of the graduation, I should say. And that should give you a perspective of the time. Though, I actually did have a first recording of this video, but I'll admit, I did not like it whatsoever, so I just scrapped the whole thing and just made a whole new recording. And honestly, I'm glad that I did. I think it came out much better than the previous one. But that's all I got when it comes to background information about this video. I genuinely hope all of you enjoyed. But with all that being said, this is MetaDuxX Beats. I'll see you next time.